Hello everyone. There's a lot going on in the world, so I was guided actually today to do some like a pick a card, to do some card reading. Even though I had load of messages already as a visions, I know I don't really need to do the cards, and I just like to do them, and it's just such a nice interaction with the spirit world. And if you are starting to tune into your intuition or are newly awakened, the cards will always help you, and it's actually a really good way how to interact with your spirit guides or with your guides in general. So I've been having recently really strange experiences with the animals, and I had them as well in the dreams. And I saw a dead bird in the town, a dead mouse completely flattened up and dried up by the summer in the town. I found yesterday I had actually a dream about a spider. That was really funny because I've got a vision about a spider and a dream about a spider, and then I found a dead spider on my meditation spot. So I was like, okay, well, a lot of dead animals. Then I just really accidentally bump into somebody left the newspapers in the shop, and when I was leaving I just saw the headline and I was like, okay, well, there's a lot of domestic violence going on in general, right? Like during the lockdown, lot of things in the relationship changed, and a lot of stuff was revealed to all of us, how dysfunctional the relationship we built it. And as well, I just picked up a few cards in here, and they're really clear. So whoever is on this reading, the message is for you. I was guided to do this. I was asking my guides what I should do today to contribute for to the world, and what I should give. I'm always asking that, what I should give. So they showed me a pack of cards, like a shuffling in the hand. I was like, oh wow, a card reading. I didn't do the card reading for a long time. I got a load of visions what came in a couple of days ago when I was doing the shamanic journey. And the things are that we definitely leveled up, and this, especially after this full moon, a lot of things were solved, but not solved like a physical way, like kind of, you, let's say you want to move, but you still didn't move. It's more that when I say solved, it was more like internally you decided that, okay, that's it, it's time to move. This is the end of it. And we were dealing a lot with some like karmic relationships. So if you had a contract with your partner, then this contract finished and you're gonna be moving on into completely a whole new cycle, because that's done and you completed that contract what you had. And as well, this card, I just pull out some random cards. This card really speaks about that we were looking on the imbalances and disharmony in the relationships. And I was just shuffling and this just jumped out. I was just preparing the cards actually for this reading, and these 4 cards jumped out on them on own, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna use these. We leveled up for sure, no matter what. And it was very subtle. Like for me, this shift was very, very, very subtle, and I don't even remember anymore what happened, that I actually bumped into some old sort of emotion that I was still holding, or I was still not resolved from my subconscious mind. And the way I deal with the subconscious, like I usually work with it really, I process a lot in the dreams and I work with the subconscious. You know, there is a lot of yoga has the ability for you to get rid of all the subconscious programming and all the like baggages, the emotional baggages, what we all have. But I actually find way easier to do the shadow work manually, like sort of like go to the trance, tell my mind, invite my higher self in, and my guides and my galactic family and my galactic team and all the other light beings that would like to be with me for my highest good, to bring me those messages that I could actually move on. Or if I usually have a pain in the body, so I am dealing with my pain in the body always this way, that I tell my subconscious or I tell my higher self to show me what's the story. So you can do that yourself. You know, more you do it, more you get always the message revealed somehow. It will come. Sometimes it comes immediately in a form of vision or a memory or a feeling or a visual, really like the vision, kind of like what I get, or you get a dream, or it comes in the form of the music or a person or a book or article, or like, yeah, it could be anything. You meet person, mention something and there we go, here we go. So we are dealing with the disharmony in the relationship, absolutely. But you know, we always did, like, I mean, but I think it's right now it's really dominant. There is a lot of doubt, there is a lot of fear in the collective, and I think people are tired, especially if you're Starseed. You are definitely tired, you know, but doing all this kind of work. So yeah, we've got a Two of Cups in reverse, and that's the imbalance in the relationship. Also the Swords, like all of these, this is all kind of like the emotional card, the Cups. And the Five of Swords, this card speaks about a conflict as well. So this imbalance in the relationship, conflict. There could be tension, loss, defeat, you know, kind of win at all cost, betrayal. Yeah, there is as well a lot of domestic and violence like these days. Like I would say that what the lockdown did to the relationships, it really revealed a load of things which are dysfunctional and disharmonious. And this card as well encourages you to trying to find a solution and you know, take certain actions. It's just oftentimes we have to first stop like going back and forth, like, you know, sometimes we say, oh, it doesn't work, and then something change and you say, oh, maybe it can work, and then we go again, oh, it doesn't work, so we go back and forth. So it's like the mind is not decided yet if it's gonna let it go or if it's gonna stay in the relationship. But I think you have to first really make up your mind and just say, okay, no, it doesn't work, we are not compatible, that's it, end of story. You know, this one is more like the love relationships, but it could be like in any relationships, like, you know, it could be friendship, it could be family member, it could be, you know, anything. And the Swords are really like this kind of a mental plane. So, you know, that's the card is speaking about as well, about kind of a mental abuse. Also, when two of Cups are in reverse, this is as well speaking about that if you are in a romantic relationship, if you are in a partnership, or you have a husband or whatever, this card suggests that relationship was actually started. It was more like the physical attraction was more involved than like the heart attraction. So you have to have a look on your relationships as well. Let's say if you are now the person who is awake, if you are a Starseed and you wake up to your origins or your cosmic origins, or you are on your spiritual journey, most likely those relationships what you started before are not gonna be functional unless the other person is actually interested in the same things like you are. The gap will become wider and wider and wider and wider. More you strip the limiting beliefs and more you clean yourself up on your spiritual journey, that the relationship will be less you will be less compatible practically. But I know some guys that like one person had a Kundalini awakening and his wife, he told his wife, and the wife just did her research and she practically started waking up with the other guy as well. So the chances are there are kind of couples that are going through this together, but most likely, but that's very rare. I would say that's very rare. So you will see how it goes, but like all of these cards, if you're on this reading, you have to have a look on the relationship, what you're in right now. Or if you're not in the relationship, you have a look on, let's say, your relationship with your parents. That's the closest one, probably like heart-wise, or your relationship with your kids, and really dig deep into those emotions and like trying to have a look like where it is that you feel not or you feel being like sort of stabbed by the mental terror, like sort of where the tension is, or why is it there, or how it make you feel. It's kind of important. Well, Empress, on the other hand, like here, this Empress card always speaks about like the female, the femininity, and beauty, and the nurturing, and the creative expression, beauty, sensuality, fertility. That's all there. So maybe you have a look as well how these two cards are actually violating your female aspect of you, because especially if you're a parent, I can say it on all the women who have kids. Like, we have the tendencies to sacrifice ourselves, and our cup is always empty, and then the relationship doesn't work because like first of all, the society is expecting the woman to sacrifice herself for the sake of others, for the family, for the building up, that kind of a thing. Being there for the kids, being there for others instead of being there for herself first. So this is a nurturing card for me. Like, she's staying really, and she's as well very like earth-bounded for me. Like, or this is a card of the autumn. So a lot of things, a lot of changes are gonna come in the autumn. This reading is for the August the 8th or until the August the 8th. So anyone who is here, there is a message for you in here. Empress, it's an as well number 3. This is a really spiritual number, we all know. And I was saying that as well, that practically the last message I posted on Instagram was all about a nurturing. We are asked to pause and to nurture ourselves and to really establish working on our core, like to being really stable and just that we will be unshakable, because there is something big coming in autumn, and the matrix is falling, and a lot of changes are gonna be happening in the world, and we need to balance. So right now, the best thing what we can do before the 8th of August, which is Lion Gates portal, is to really have a look on all the relationship we have right now. Where is balance, where is imbalance, what is causing the imbalances in the relationship. Even though if you are on the spiritual journey already and you establish a new relationship, have a look on that, because that's definitely was not, if you had a relationship before and it didn't end up kind of in the peaceful manner, then the new relationship is carrying the same traits, same different. So you'll be dealing with it anyway. And we definitely finished some, like a load of us finished the contract in the existing relationship. If you stood in the relationship to make sure you get rid of everything what is there, so the next one you're gonna be entering is gonna be without all those traits, the unconscious traits that you actually was carrying constantly from the relationship to the relationship. Then you finish the cycle and you are moving to the absolutely new level. And take a pause, because we are so hush to entering a new relationships. I have been in the relationship since I'm 17, and now I'm 44 this year, and I always was going from the relationship to the relationship to the relationship, and they all carry the same kind of a traits. So that's what we are gonna be looking at, and nurturing I had, that was clear as well with the visions I got. We are being leveled up. Some of you are leveled up, some of you are still in the midst of this, trying to solve it. And some of you don't even see it yet that it's imbalanced. And if it was imbalanced in the past, it will again show up that it's imbalanced, you know. It will. Don't think that if you think that you stop seeing the problem, that it goes away. That's not true. So study. I said that as well in my Instagram post. It's a good time to learn new things, study, take some courses, improve yourself, invest in yourself. You know, in yourself. Fill your cup. When your cup is empty, I had this conversation yesterday with another mother here. She's a single mother, she's got 2 kids. We were over yesterday with my daughter. They are best friends with her daughter. We spoke about a society that like they expect you to sacrifice everything, and that they think that it's selfish of the woman to treat herself first, you know, like, and this could be even for a father. If you're a father and you are taking one of the biggest load of the maintenance, the family, set the boundaries, treat yourself well, nurturing. You know, that's just clear in here. Spend the time in nature, yeah, because then you will be growing. Something is gonna be happening definitely in autumn, and there is gonna be a bigger chance for growth. So this includes as well diet. I'm always gonna speak about the food, because you know, I know it's very important, and whatever you put in your body, that's what you become. If you want a clear mind, you know, vegetable, that's the way it is. You need to practically, before the August, you should work on your clarity and to stay sharp, alert, and intuitive. So deepen up your intuition. Yeah, and as I said before, like most of the collective right now is doubting themselves. And I would not say like have faith or something like that, because if you say faith, underlying of the faith is a doubt. So just have knowingness. Know absolutely for sure. First of all, we are on the ascension path. This is the evolution of the human consciousness, and we already made it. We did made it, and now we're just watching the movie. You know, like, because everything goes a little bit slower here, but the timeline already exists and we already ascended. So this is a self-doubt card, and don't doubt yourself. Like, you know, we will have to balance everything in the order to be able to hold the fifth dimensional frequency which we are holding. Most of you in this reading are starseeds for sure, and yeah, the self-doubt, and this is a lack of discipline, and I see that on myself. Like, this is even for me, like all these 4 cards are for me, absolutely. I will have to use a willpower, because I am a Virgo and I really need a little bit structured life. Of the imbalances in the relationship, it is really kind of disturbing the flow. So we all gonna be watching or like looking on these things before the August of 8, or probably on the end of the year as well. You know, that there's no time. This is timeless anyway. But I just wanted to get us something before August of 8, because it's a big portal. It's Lionsgate portal and it's massive. So there's gonna be a lot of upgrades and activations will happen to us. Like, and more we are prepared and aware, it's a good, I start doing more and more this type of readings just to prepare ourselves a little bit for what's coming. The strength in the reverse is number 8. It's a weakness, self-doubt, lack of self-discipline. So you have to find your blind spot, you know, the weak spots. Probably do a little bit of more shadow work. You know, the strength in reverse as well. It goes very nicely with the nurturing, because when you nurture yourself, let's say, and as well meditate, like, you know, meditation is just a key. You know, we all need to meditate. It's just out of question. So strength in reverse as well suggests that you might lose some self-esteem and self-confidence, and you're getting a little bit lost, you know, in this kind of like drama. what is going on. And this definitely weakens you up, like, that's just clear. That's obviously when there is turmoil in the house, in your home, or in the relationship, which are like heart-centered, then obviously there is, you got weaken up. Your immunity system has weakened up. Your magnetism, your radiance, all of your aura just get a little bit weakened up. So this card as well suggests that the inner conflict or inner control needs to be taken. We have to be working on this, the self-discipline. Focus on yourself, establish new routine. You can count the days until the 8th of August. I didn't really have a look on it, but I can have a look on it. And create certain like a battle plan. That would be absolutely perfect. Now, get still. Don't let this one take your strength away. Try not to watch too much news and engage too much into negativity. There is a lot of happening behind the scene. Everything is, all this game is multi-layered, and we don't even know how massive actually this is, because consider whatever is happening out there or whatever turmoil is going on, there is as well technology which is regressed or repressed, or how you call it. They are not given to us. The new technology is not given to us. There is artificial intelligence. There are cyborg humans like being made, and like, there is all sort of things are behind. We don't even know how it's all related or how it's all interconnected, considering the fact that like most of our food chain is controlled. I think only 2 companies owns everything: Visa, Bank, Apple, IBM, you name it. Like, they own even Coca-Cola, they own absolutely everything. They own land, they own banks, they own like everything. So we don't even know how far it will go, all this the craziness what is happening in the world. So try not to get pulled into it. You have to have all this information, study quantum physics, forbidden knowledge. You can see as well what is happening in the world with the knowingness that all the bullshit behind it, or all the manipulation behind it. So study, get sharp and alerted and intuitive. It's absolutely necessary for all of us, because up there is gonna be big stuff coming. I already saw it many times, and I don't even want to think about it, honestly. So get it. And oh yeah, wise one. See, grow within your current situation. It is actually perfect, going really well with the relationship stuff. Probably over it. Be the wise one. I remember I used to be triggered by this card. Because I was constantly being asked to grow within the current situation. I was constantly fighting it. But now I know I finished the contract. Take charge with authority. You have to get your power back. You have to work on your inner strength, inner control, and self-discipline. Because the self-discipline as well is your ticket to the freedom, It is, people say, oh, you have to a little bit loosen up. Yeah, no. You can, but I have to say that I have never been so unproductive when I just let go of the discipline. I actually was 1,000 times more productive in life in general, and more organized. I get more things done when I had the discipline, actually. So take a time to reflect, and trust your instincts. There we go. You see, there's also this card is just going so nicely with the strength card, because this card really speaks about like that you should be the one who is taking the charge. You have the energy to overcome the drama and get rid of the energies that then they don't work for your growth. Absolutely, just be the wise one. So this way you grow. All these was actually for your growth, and all of these like really speaks about the discipline, like especially the Lord. You're being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. Just connect with your ambitions, connect with your desires, just move upward to the professional level. Yeah, they both, these cards both speaks about to be like committed. Like if you lack the discipline and you doubt yourself, and you lost your inner control, all these two cards are talking about it, to take it back, reflect, and really like stay committed to your projects and plans. I have to say that I really slipped. I have been always very organized, and as I said before, I always doing a lot and achieving a lot, like, you know, the personal achievement. I be committed to your tasks and projects. All this is kind of reminding you how does it feel like to be let down and experience the unreliability. So it is very uncomfortable if you are in this position when you lost the discipline. It's actually really uncomfortable. Not being in the charge of your life, sort of like, you know, that's kind of how it feels like. You should be working on what you keep working on. Like if there is some project you are start working on, you just stop kind of these two things define how your project is gonna go, or take away your discipline. Just commit, keep committing. We are always asked to follow our passion and do like what feels like, what gives us the joy, because right now that type of energy, that type of frequency is needed on the planet in order for us to shift. And this way you can hold the higher vibration. It will be definitely beneficial for you. Just, you know, I'm working on the long-term project, and I found it very difficult to working on something that long, but that's what the long project always takes a time. So this card speaks about that. Definitely, like, dedicate yourself to that project. Yeah, and as well see how far did you go. We usually forget how you know, with the nurturing, this is actually perfect time. If you have the chance to just get out on your own, completely alone, no bullshit, like, you know, no kids, no pets, nobody, just you yourself and you, and reflect on how far did you come. If you have the chance to do that, like, do that. You know, book even for one night, even if it's just one night, you know, you can do that. You know, you might definitely find some like Airbnb or bed and breakfast or whatever, like where you can go for one night and reflect on how far did you came on your spiritual journey. And, you know, this is for the future. You're gonna be using more of your instincts more and more. You know, give yourself a credit, because all of these is actually your own manifestation. And I think that's one of the hardest pill to swallow for us, if we are seeing our life and knowing that it is a reflection of our consciousness, and that's not easy to take really in, because you be punishing yourself. So don't beat yourself up if you have the tendency. Rather submerge yourself in the meditation, because that's one of the biggest and the most marvelous tool we have. As well, if you give yourself the credit, the others will give you the credit as well. Like, you know, when you are able to pat yourself on the back for how far did you come, then of course the others will do the same. Yeah, you should learn more about yourself and your talents, and definitely proceed the path. Even though you might arrive in the spot where you kind of find out that actually, even though you got what you wanted, it's not really making you happy, you at least tried. But there is a lot of talents we all have. You have to examine yourself and see if you can find them. You have to exercise your instincts and exercise your intuition. You know, animals don't second guess, they just go after whatever. So don't second guess as well. You know for sure that it doesn't work, so you just can move on. And if you know it doesn't work and you know that it's not gonna work, just prepare yourself, take an action, even if it's not a physical action. It's just you know, like that you decide, okay, that's it, end of story, I'm gonna get out from it. I oftentimes telling myself, I'm shifting out of it, and you know, just because we have the tendencies to get swallowed into the situation and then being completely demoralized, like as I say. It's important that you connect with your own feelings, yeah, but that's always important, of what you really need. And don't be shy in that, because I know that especially if you are a mother, or if you have kids, or you are a father if you have kids, then a lot of times we shy from what we really want because we think that we have to sacrifice ourselves for our kids. You're not alone. Okay. Oh, that was like a really nice reading, actually. And there was as well this one on the bottom, and that was get grounded. We always should get grounded. With this card, it's a really good card. What you can do right now is activate something, because there is gonna be the activation. What we can do actually already now to ask to get more support. It's actually a really good idea. So you can place your hands on your heart, you can close your eyes, you can tune in. I got videos about tuning in. You can use the mantra to tune in, or you can just connect to your breath. Breathe out a couple of times, and you can hold the hands on yourself, and you can ask for, I am open to receive a whole new level of support for my life and my work, and I call it in now. If you have some specific request, you can always ask the help, and it will come to you in whatever type of form. I already said that we will get extra support during the portal, during the Lion's Gate. So what you can do actually now already to ask for it to come in to your life, and it's actually really good. It's really good, like how it really nicely fits with what I posted on Instagram with the energy update what I did last time. You know, there is gonna be, it will come to your way in all sorts of ways, so you have to be aware. And as well, I said to study, and I would say to study like awareness as well, and about consciousness, and about quantum physics, or sound healing, or about sound in general, because that's how you create. We need to practically strip off all the old limiting, on every single limiting belief that we, on all the emotional baggages, to become like a full creator. But you will have to understand how you create, how is the creation done, and that's done for the sound as well. You know, it's a frequency. So studying these kind of things will definitely skyrocket your journey, like your spiritual path. Call it in extra support, whatever you really think you need, but exercise your intuition, stay sharp and alert. Okay guys, that's it. Be good and nurturing. Okay, I love you so much. See you next time. Bye.